So it's Wednesday, November 8th. Yesterday, Ohio just passed Issue 1 on abortion, enshrining it into the state constitution. It's natural as Christians for us to have a moment of self-reflection to ask the question, is the church's stance on abortion correct? It is obviously something that is very popular in today's culture, in today's society. And we can also ask ourselves the question as Christians, is our harsh language on abortion prohibiting or inhibiting post-abortive mothers and fathers from coming to know Christ? I would say that on all accounts, the church can be very strong-armed on abortion and also be open to bringing people into the fold. Well, how can that be? Let's look at a post-abortive mother, somebody who was, maybe they were lied to. They were lied to by society. They were lied to by the devil. Maybe they lied to themselves about what all is involved when they abort their child. So you have somebody who is riddled with guilt, riddled with shame. They have failed in the most basic biological function a human can have. That is to reproduce. So you look at what the world has to offer. What the world would offer would just be affirming that abortion, would just say, yeah, it's socially acceptable. There's nothing wrong with it. Do it all you want. But there is an innate knowledge that we have that that's simply not true. We know that that's a baby. These women know what they've done after they've had an abortion. That guilt doesn't go away with a ballot initiative. That guilt, just because the Ohio Constitution says it's okay, doesn't absolve that guilt that they have inside of them. So let's look at the Christian perspective then. We take somebody who is riddled with guilt, riddled with shame, whether it be a mother or a father who paid to have its child killed. You take that guilt. What do you do with that guilt? You look to Christ. What does somebody who killed their own child, mother, father, doesn't matter, what does that person deserve? Well, according to Old Testament law, they would deserve death. We're actually going to be studying that in our church tonight. Just so happened to line up that way. But you take somebody who's deserving of death, and then we look at the image of Christ. What Christ did. Christ was perfect, sinless. And yet, they beat him beyond recognition. They hung him on a cross for 6 hours, nails in his hands, nails in his feet, and killed him. So, the worldly message is just to shout your abortion, to say, no, this guilt that I have inside of me, it's not real. That I have no guilt, I have no shame because abortion's okay. But you can't lie to yourself. You can't lie to God. So what God provides, what Christ provides, is a means to take that guilt that you have inside of you and place it on Christ's back. By his stripes, we are healed. What we deserved, Jesus took in our place. So to say that the church's strong language on abortion would turn people away, in my mind, it's the exact opposite. Our strong-armed approach to abortion, our realistic look at abortion as to what it truly is, guides people to Christ. What better image of grace than to look at a woman who's had an abortion to say, we can not only take away that guilt so you can boldly approach the throne of grace, we provide a solution that allows you to see that child again. The world can't offer that. Issue 1 can't offer that. Christ offers the means to forgive you of that guilt and to allow you to see that child that you aborted an eternity. Yes, talking about abortion is harsh. It can feel cruel at times, especially you take a young woman who was put in a terrible situation. And the idea, when you look at abortion for what it is, it feels like you're just piling on guilt onto that young woman. The guilt's already there, whether the church puts it on her or not. Grace comes through Christ. The solution comes through Christ. You can't go and undo an abortion. That soul has been killed. But you can see that child in eternity. That's what Christ has to offer. Better than what Issue 1 has to offer. Better than what the world has to offer. Now, the way we discuss abortion with the individual is going to be different than the way we discuss abortion on a nationwide level. We as a nation are a wicked, wicked people. And we have judgment coming to us for our actions. We're going to get what we deserve as a nation. And to the individual, we can speak of grace. We can speak of their personal relationship with Christ. You can be absolved of all of that sin, of all of that iniquity, because Jesus died in our place so we don't have to. So let's not get caught up in the discussion at a national level of to the nation's wickedness. Let's not get caught up in the politics. Let's just preach the gospel. It is sufficient in all things, and especially in the matter of abortion.